Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all of our witnesses for joining us today. I am hopeful that today's hearing will guide legislation and AI towards a brighter future with responsible innovation, protection of children, and paving the way for the next generation. I'd like to start out by saying I am all for advancing AI because of the vast and great potential it has to benefit American society. However, we must have a balanced approach that encourages innovation without excessive regulation while prioritizing necessary safeguards to protect the public at large and, most importantly, our children. Just last year, in my district, a high school was involved in a disturbing scandal where students were caught using artificial intelligence to create derogatory images of their fellow classmates. As a father, I am deeply disturbed by this disgusting act. The ease with which these students could alter images of their classmates at the push of a button is unimaginable. Schools are meant to be a place of learning. This is not normal, and it cannot become the norm for any student at any school. The absence of proper AI labeling systems poses a significant challenge as it hinders transparency and accountability in the decision-making process of this technology. Mr. Chairman, I request unanimous consent to submit an article for the record by MIT Schwarzman College of Computing entitled Labeling AI-Generated Content, Promises, Perils, and Future Directions.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In this article, MIT states, at a time when generative AI systems are increasingly capable of fabricating high-quality media, the visible and transparent labeling of AI-generated content offers one potential safeguard against deception and confusion. Additionally, they highlight the emphasis on labeling AI-generated content should be considered in light of academic work demonstrating the utility of warning labels in addressing misleading and deceptive content online. This has led me to introduce H.R. 6466, the AI Labeling Act in the House of Representatives. It's a common sense approach for full transparency when interacting with AI. My bill would require developers of generative AI incorporate a prominently displayed disclosure to clearly identify content generated by AI and establish a working group of government, AI developers, academia, and social media platforms to identify best safety practices for identifying AI-generated content. AI is to the point now where it's what's real and what's fake is blurred due to how advancing the systems have become. This creates opportunities for both good and bad actors alike. Advocating for proper guardrails and transparency to foster a sense of responsibility among AI companies and individuals utilizing this technology. Mr. Blank Nolis, how is the National Science Foundation actively supporting or funding research initiatives that aim to develop effective and standardized AI labeling or watermarking systems to ensure transparency for the public when the content is generated by AI algorithms?
In this scenario, as with many questions as we move forward towards a more responsible AI future, there are still open issues that the research community is poised to help address in terms of developing the technological approaches for effectively labeling content, making sure those labels are robust to any tampering, and also doing the socio-technical work to make sure that those labels are understandable and consumable by the public. So NSF is funding a range of work in this area, from the technical to the socio-technical, to move forward and enable us to take these steps towards labeling and watermarking.
Thank you. Mr. Clark, as AI technologies continue to advance, what voluntary industry-led initiatives and research do you find are most effective in promoting ethical AI practices, privacy protection, and transparency without imposing overly restrictive regulations that could stifle innovation?
We're very supportive of coming to agreement on norms for labeling AI-produced content and also developing systems for identifying AI content that is in the wild and can then be attributed back to the provider. We focus on text, but agree this issue covers all modalities.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.